Officially now into summer, and we greet you from the north side of Chicago. Cubs baseball on WGN Sports. The Cubs today host their old NL Central rivals, the Houston Astros, who are now in the AL West. And we welcome Cub fans from all over the country watching on WGN America, America's home for baseball. And along with Jim DeShays, I'm Len Casper. 3-1, the Cubs a winner yesterday after a long rain delay here at the ballpark. And the Cubs have been very good against the White Sox and the American League West.
Yeah, they won 3 out of 3 so far against the White Sox, tangling with the Astros this weekend. They'll get a little stiffer on the next road trip. They get the Mariners, but the Oakland A's as well. They're the numbers 7-2 against the American League. Not enough of a sample to really draw any great conclusions from, other than the fact that they've been good against the American League teams they've played so far.
Travis Wood will go for the Cubs today. He's just been outstanding all year, even though he's lost his last 3 starts.
Yeah, that's a common theme with both these pitchers today. Travis Wood has really been throwing the ball well. Run support lately has been an issue. In his career against the Astros, no problems. A 1.89 ERA in 9 starts against the Houston club.
Right-hander Bud Norris was the Astros opening day starter. He's been very good here lately, and you see a lot of action against the Cubs.
Made his major league debut here at Wrigley Field a couple of years back in relief. He's struggled throughout his career on the road.
Well, the Cubs have hit the home run when they've been successful. They did that yesterday, connecting 3 times, including Anthony Rizzo's first homer in over a month. They'll host the Astros, looking for 2 in a row coming up from Wrigley. The sure sign of a good time. Here we go. Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer or go to shophonda.com for current offers. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible. Welcome back to Wrigley Field. Cubs baseball in high definition on WGN TV is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. We'll get the Astros lineup here in a second. Travis Wood likes to work fast. He's ready to go, and Brandon Barnes steps in. Cubs winning 3-1 yesterday. Ball 1. And Barnes, who went 0 for 4 in the opener. Astros held to just 4 hits yesterday. Matt Garza and Kevin Gregg, and there's a strike at the knees. Lefty deals on the off the outside corner.
Travis Wood, despite all the good work, carries a losing record into this start. 5-6, 2.74 ERA is the 11th best in the National League.
Get out of play.
197 batting average against, among the league leaders, as you would expect. Backdoor cutter's been a big weapon for him. He throws the cutter in on the righties, but it's the ability to throw that ball to both sides of the plate that's made him so effective this year.
Barnes into battle mode here with 2 strikes on him. Foul tip, strike 3. Now the rest of the Astros starting lineup written out by former Cub Bo Porter. Jose Altuve coming up. Chris Carter homered yesterday. He's at first. He played left in game 1. JD Martinez in left. Carlos Corcoran the catcher. Justin Maxwell in right. Matt Dominguez at third. Former Cub Ronnie Cedeno the shortstop, and the pitcher Norris.
Wood starting the ball game with a strikeout of Brandon Barnes. Astros struck out 9 times yesterday. They've struck out more than any team in baseball.
Jose Altuve not going to strike out. In fact, he's going to find the alley out in right center. He will stand at second with a 1-out, 2-base hit.
Well, let's take a look at the Cubs defensively. It's brought to you by Toyota. You saw Sweeney and Sherholtz in pursuit of that drive. They've got center and right covered. Soriano's over and left. Third to first we go Valbuena, Castro, Barney, Rizzo. Wellington Castillo is the catcher today for Travis.
And the weather pretty comfortable. The wind is coming right now out of the southeast. So a crosswind from right to left. The days are getting shorter. That's depressing.
They are?
Yeah, we hit the summer solstice.
Technically, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, the days, I guess, the same length. It's the amount of sunlight. Chris Carter, lots of homers, lots of strikeouts. We saw him hit the ball really hard twice yesterday, a double and a home run. Not this time, however. Slow grounder to short. Castro will throw him out. Runner at third, 2 down.
Today's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by WRTO La Tremenda, Chicago Spanish language sports leader.
First start in the series for JD Martinez. He's playing left. Carlos Pena is sitting out today with Carter at first. Enjoyed your interview with your former partner Bill Brown on the leadoff man. And yeah, when you break it down and you're playing new opponents when you go to a new league, but the biggest change for the Astros is just having the DH. There's an interesting note. Cubs pitchers have knocked in 22 runs. The Astros designated hitters have driven in 25. It's kind of hard to believe this deep into a season that a pitching staff could be that close to a DH position.
Well, and we saw a similar storyline here with the Cubs not long ago, where the Cubs pitchers, and certainly in the 9-hole, we combine the pitchers plus the pinch hitters, had driven in more runs than the 4-hole in the Cubs lineup. That's how good the Cubs pitchers have been when hitting this year.
1-2, runner at third, 2 outs. Off the outside corner. That's the area Dale's been talking about. Wood has really worked that side of the plate well against righties.
It's interesting for a lot of pitchers. Glove side command is an issue. Trying to drive that ball all the way across the strike zone. But for Wood, it is not. Cutter moving in on the righties has been his pitch, his kind of go-to pitch. But now that he's able to command his stuff away, what Dale referred to as his arm side, that's been the key for him. There's a cutter in.
Second strikeout of the inning. The Astros strand a man at third, and the Cubs are coming up. By Toyota, let's go places. 3 runs in the win yesterday, all coming on home runs. Valbuena, Castro, and Sherholtz 1 through 3. Soriano, Rizzo, and Sweeney in the middle. Wellington Castillo back in the lineup. He had 3 hits Thursday with Barney and Wood 8 and 9.
Astros defensively, outfield, Martinez, Barnes, Maxwell left to right. Matt Dominguez very slick over there at third base. Ronnie Cedeno in at short today. Altuve and Carter on the right side. Carter was the left fielder yesterday. He's not really known for his defense in either position. And Carlos Corporon spells Jason Castro behind the plate for the Astros this afternoon. Bud Norris, the righty, 5 and 7. 3.64 ERA. He's been on a nice roll of late. Not so much in the win column, but his outings have been really good. League hits .282 against him. Fastball sliders primarily to right-handed hitters. Fastball sliders and changeups to the lefties. Slider probably his out pitch.
In Green Bay, California.
Played for the Packers out there.
A strike called on Luis Valbuena. Now, one thing we found out about you and your former partner let us in on this. The team has a nickname in any sport, you know it. And it's hard to stump you in that regard.
That was a fictional one.
Valbuena has been in the leadoff spot 5 times since David DeJesus went on the DL, and he's reached 9 of those plate appearances. The old rainbow jersey. Three and 1 on the Cubs leadoff hitter.
Cubs yesterday, and it will be interesting to see if it carries over to today. Very aggressive early in counts, and that's been a point of emphasis from Dale Swaim. He wants to see his guys be more aggressive. As the leadoff hitter, your mission is just to work your way on base and see some pitches. So Valbuena has worked the count full here, and you don't want to hack at that one because it was off the plate.
Well framed by Corporon. Anthony Rizzo as Valbuena pops it up. Back of third, it's Cedeno to make the catch. Bring up Starlin Castro. In a slump, but good numbers in his career against Norris. 7 out of 19 with a home run. Norris listed at 6 feet 222 pounds. 28 years old. Again, he started for the Astros in the season opener. Cedeno will get Castro for the out. One former Cubs shortstop throwing out the current Cubs shortstop. We'd love to hear from you today via email, lennonjd@tribune.com. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Norris just 1-3 here in the month of June in 4 starts, but a 3.46 ERA. The Astros have scored 2, 3, 4, 5 runs total in his 4 starts in the month. And Travis Wood could commiserate over lack of run support, certainly of late.
One and nothing on Nate Scherholtz. The pitch, swing and a miss. The umpires for you: Phil Cuzzy, Chris Guccione, David Rackley, Clint Fagan, who worked the plate yesterday, is at third today. Scherholtz pops into shallow left. Martinez, a little late adjustment, makes a catch, and the Cubs go down in order in the first. 0-0 early on.
Scoreless after 1. Cub fans, if you want to manage the game along with that man right there, Dale Swaim, log on to WGNTV.com. Click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner, and you'll be able to connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and information right there in the comfort of your couch. Game Zone is sponsored by the Great Escape Pools, patios, play sets, hot tubs, and more.
Switch hitting catcher Carlos Corporan takes ball 1. He's in there for Jason Castro today. Pitch swung on and missed.
Corporan's done a nice job in a backup role, hitting 300 with 5 bombs. Switch hitter. A little power.
The 4th start at the catcher position. A couple more as the DH. Just trying to hit that ball into Evanston. Big uppercut swing.
Tough for these right-handed hitters. They see that ball, looks like it's out over the plate, and by the time it gets there, it's moving in on them. They try to pull the hands in to make a late adjustment. And unless you're really quick, you're not going to be able to get the barrel there.
Just able to hold up his swing that time. 2-2. Fairly hazy and foggy about 2.5, 3 hours ago, but now the sun is out. See some blue skies above. It's turned into a very nice late Saturday afternoon. Is Woods ready? Struck him out swinging.
He's looking sharp today.
Cub fans, don't forget to check out Len and JD's baseball blog at WGNTV.com. Sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your nationwide insurance agent serving the area for 34 years. To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com nationwide. He is on your side today on the blog. Information on the Summer City Classic played earlier today at the University of Illinois Chicago, part of a Hot Stove Cool Music Weekend. Is Justin Maxwell on the first pitch, singles to center. Second hit for the Astros, a team from Boston, against Jackie Robinson West, a team from Chicago. Theo Epstein managed the Chicago team, and his twin brother Paul, the honorary manager of the team from Boston. Pretty neat. It's an event we'd like to do every year.
Well, and that event last night over at Metro was outstanding.
Yeah, we had fun. It was a late night, and it was worth it. As Warren Zevon once sang, we'll sleep when we're dead. Now, thanks for coming out. We had a lot of Cubs representatives on hand and raised a lot of money for children's charities.
You had it going on.
Is fair. They'll get one. Nice turn. How about that? 5-4-3 to end the Astros second. If you missed it last night, Hot Stove Cool Music.
Check out Len in the background, just getting down.
The 29th annual Cubs convention comes up at the Sheraton Chicago Hotel and Towers, January 17th through the 19th, 2014. Rooms can be reserved by visiting Cubs.com/convention, or you can call the Sheraton directly, 1-800-325-3535. Make sure you ask for the Cub convention rate. All reservations at the Sheraton Chicago come with convention passes built right into the room package, and hopefully you'll be with us in January. Bud Norris with a 1-0 pitch, rising fastball, and Soriano couldn't catch up to it. Boy, neat turn on the double play.
Ooh, man.
Deep in the hole at third. Don't turn many when you start it with a backhanded play at third base.
2 long throws like that to make, and Maxwell, the base runner coming from first, can run a little bit, so that's a play. A lot of times you see the second baseman just catch the ball and step out of harm's way, but Barney hung in there and made a good turn. At the line, 1 long throw under pressure, sidesteps Maxwell and finishes off Dominguez.
Darwin Barney almost hit for the cycle yesterday. Is a defensive second baseman, but big offensive contributions in game 1. 1-2, swing and a miss. First strikeout for Norris.
Sorry, going out of the zone a couple times there, chased the high fastball, then the put away slider, and that's a key pitch for Norris when he gets ahead. Good tight slider. Starts on the plate, breaks down and away out of the zone. Tough to recognize. How many more starts Bud Norris has in an Astros uniform? A lot of rumors swirling around him, being a guy that they might be looking to move at the trade deadline. He's made it clear that he'd like to pitch for the San Francisco Giants, having grown up in Northern California.
Doesn't mind wearing orange.
Wouldn't have to change his wardrobe.
2-0 on Rizzo.
Plenty of value there. Good pitcher, still under control for a couple more years.
Giants today are trying to end a 9-game home losing streak to the Miami Marlins. Believe that? The Marlins have won 9 straight in San Francisco.
It's hard to believe. Red light, red light, red light, green light. Remember that game when you were a kid?
Marlins with an early lead. Ed Lucas with a home run, his first career blast. He's 31 years old. That's a strike. Meanwhile, at Yankee Stadium, Will Myers with a grand slam for the Rays. Youngest player to hit a slam against the Yankees since Ken Griffey Jr. In the dirt for ball 4. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Ryan Sweeney in center. He has been the man at that position since the Jesus went on the disabled list just over a week ago. That one hit hard, and Cedeno will just turn it himself 6-3 to end the inning. A couple of double plays for each team, and we're scoreless. Recognize Weir's Chevrolet for its support of the DeMott Little League and Wheatfield Little League as well. Weir's Chevrolet and your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana dealers are supporting over 30,000 young ball players in their communities through the Chevy Youth Baseball program. Since 2010, the Chicago area Chevy dealers have been providing these local youth leagues equipment kits, instructional clinics, and much needed financial support. So once again, from the big leagues to the youth leagues, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball. Alex Walsh from Chevrolet is with us in the booth. Alex, thanks for stopping by today.
Thanks for having me, Len. I appreciate it. Great to be back.
Talking about these great clinics.
A lot of fun. Getting the kids on the field here at Wrigley. Really special day for them.
Ronnie Cedeno fouls off. So tell us about this year's clinic coming up.
It's exciting. As you mentioned, the Chicagoland Northwest Indiana Chevrolet dealers, they've been supporting their youth kids for 4 years now and making monetary donations, equipment kits. But you know what's most special is they invite the kids down. We'll have 400 of them out here next Saturday, and while the kids have a good time, it's a lot of the smiles and memories the parents have here at Wrigley Field. So very, very special day, and all because our local dealers are really giving back to the community around this great game.
Be able to do it on this field, oh, incredible.
Dream come true.
Here's the 1-2 pitch up and in on Cedeno. Yeah, getting kids into baseball.
Yeah,
used to be easy, but it's more difficult these days.
No, it's exciting. I mean, Chevrolet's been around baseball, as long as most of us can remember. But the youth baseball program has really allowed us to connect with the local communities and help get kids back into the game in safe environments with fields that we're able to make over and really support the communities.
Absolutely. There's some footage from one of the great clinics. How about that? Get on the big league bullpen mound.
A lot of smiles out there.
That little guy's got a pretty good hack right there. We might need to put a scout on him and stay with him for a while. Yeah, you're right, though, talking about the parents, because I don't know if the kids at that young age have an appreciation for Wrigley Field and the history and everything, but the parents are probably just agog.
It's exactly right, Jim. It's funny. You'll talk to the parents and they'll say, Jenny smiled, but I'll remember this forever.
Norris grounds out to Barney. There are 2 outs.
While Junior's out taking BP, Dad's like shoveling some dirt into his pocket so he can bring a little souvenir home from the ballpark.
No doubt about it.
2 outs in the inning. Back to the top now in Brandon Barnes. And we're with Alex Walsh from Chevrolet. Thanks to Chevy for all its support of youth baseball.
We appreciate that, Len. And we've been a proud partner of the Cubs for a lot of years. And, I want to make sure the fans know that while the kids are on the field next weekend, we're going to have a ride and drive right outside Wrigley Field here. We'll have new Chevrolet vehicles lined up. And any consumer, any fan could come on down, drive a new Chevrolet, pick up a couple of tickets to a future Cubs game. We'll have the Volt, the Camaro, and, of course, the dynamic, beautiful, all-new Chevrolet Impala. So something for everyone, even outside the gates. Chance to drive a Chevrolet and grab a couple tickets to come see the great Cubs.
Sounds like a great day.
Next Saturday, the 29th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So encourage folks to come on down.
Wood on a 1-1 pitch. That one is fouled back. And it's 1-2. 2 hits in this game, both belonging to the Astros. Wood got a nice double play ball to end the second. Just missed that outside corner. Great crowd today. In the afternoon here on a Saturday. This will be charged by Castro, and it hit the heel of his glove, and the inning will continue.
Castro with a fielding error yesterday, and Brandon Barnes was the batter that time as well. He really hustles down the line. He forces you to go maybe a little bit more quickly than you would prefer. Castro coming hard, just off the heel of his glove, and can't corral it.
So, Alex, once again, let's give everyone the information. coming up Saturday.
Absolutely. Saturday the 29th.
A week from today.
You got it. Down here at Wrigley Field, right outside the ballpark. Chevrolet Ride and Drive. Chance to drive a new Chevrolet vehicle and pick up a couple of tickets to the Cubs. And if consumers can't make it, I encourage them to go to ChevyBaseball.com. Not only learn about the support we're providing these local leagues, but they can enter to win their local field, local communities, a field makeover and a big equipment kit. It complements a Chevrolet. So a good opportunity for fans to get their local community some support via ChevyBaseball.com and our Diamonds and Dreams promotion.
The outside corner to Altuve for strike one. He doubled in the opening inning.
You'll probably have a lot of kids at your clinic that are actually taller than Altuve. But this kid's a big leaguer. And that's the beautiful thing about baseball. That's the thing about baseball. You can all shapes and sizes. You take a young kid and who may have a dream of playing in the NBA someday, and he's 6'6", the chances aren't real good. If maybe he wants to be a football player, if he's not going 280, probably not going to happen for him. But baseball players, all shapes and sizes.
There'll be a lot of dreams next week. Just thinking that exact thought there.
Yeah, you should take pictures of Altuve and bring them to those kids. Say, look, guys.
5'5", and that's what he's listed.
He's not only a big leaguer, he's an all-star. He's been an all-star before. Might be again this year.
And he hits that one into the left field corner. Foul. Just foul. Much room down there between that wall and the foul line, as you can see. Top of the padding, in fact, along the brick wall.
It catches a break there. That's a fair ball. The Astros are on the scoreboard.
Barnes reached on a 2-out error, extending the inning. Could not get him to chase. 1-2. Astros have been pretty good lately. They got off to a terrible start. 14-36 through their first 50 games. They've won 14 of their last 25 now.
Yeah, the starting pitching for the Astros has been really good of late.
Bouncer to Valbuena. Alex, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. And again, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball. Big clinic coming up here at Wrigley, the Consumer Ride and Drive next Saturday. Come on out.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having
us. Thanks.
Cubs baseball is brought to you by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
Hey, Moose is here.
Moose. Huh. Well, he's a big dude.
Nothing. Cubs batting in the third. And first pitch strike on Wellington Castillo. Hit his second homer of the year on Thursday night in St. Louis, one of his 3 hits. Fastball runs in off the plate. Swing and a miss. Pounded home the incredible disparity between the Cubs versus their own division and then everybody else. Base hit and a 1-2 offering. Norris not real happy. That's the first Cubs knock. Cubs are 9-24 against the Central. They're 21-18 against everybody else. And that includes 7-2 versus the AL.
So hanging slider from Norris that Castillo takes full advantage of.
So Darwin Barney yesterday from the leadoff spot. Single, double, homer in his last at bat. He fly deep to the warning track in center. Maybe a foot and a half higher. Would have hit the bottom of the basket maybe and caromed away for a triple. So I posed this question. I said, if I could have offered you a home run on that at bat or a triple, which would you have taken? And he quickly said home run. And I said, that's the right answer. Then he thought about it again. He goes, you know what? That's a tough one. Because the cycle is rare and it's ingrained in your head that it's really impressive.
It's a big deal to get hit for the cycle.
But it's better to hit 2 home runs, isn't it?
Sure it is. Of course it is. So
as a player in that spot, you do feel a little torn.
You should get the cycle if you hit 2 home runs, a double, and a single, because you got at least the triple and you got a little bit more. We're going to change that whole rule.
Okay.
Even though it's not even a rule.
Trying to turn 2 here. 5.
Safe.
They will give you that out if you're in the neighborhood and the throw is right on the money, but that throw did bring the diminutive Altuve off the bag. You can't throw high to him. That's a problem.
I think he's in a hurry to give Altuve a chance to turn this double play, but in his haste throws the ball too high. For even a guy who's not 5'5", it might have been too high. It's a fielder's choice and an error on the throw by Dominguez. Absolutely right. They'll give you a little leeway if there's an accurate throw, but if the throw takes you away from the bag, that's the call that needs to be made. Door open now for the Cubs. First and second, nobody out, and Travis Wood up there in a bunt situation. But such a good hitter that if you wanted to roll the dice, you could let him swing away. You could play a little hit and run. You could do a lot of different things with Wood. In all likelihood, they'll just bunt here.
Shows bunt, takes it back, throw to second's going to be pretty late.
And this is a situation where typically early in a ball game like this, if you're the Astros, you're thinking just make sure you get an out. Don't be too aggressive trying to nail a lead runner here. But when you have a guy at second base that's not a real speedy guy, you're more inclined to think, let's go ahead and try to nail him at third base. So that's why the pickoff, that's why Cedeno is being so aggressive holding him. Debate as to what the count is here, 1-1.
Yeah, it did appeal, and Chris Guccione said he did not pull the bat back in time. It's been a real problem for the Cubs getting guys in early in the inning. Another throw to second, hits the foot of Castillo. I'm not sure why they threw that second time. When the first time Corcoran threw there, it was late by a mile. 2 errors in the inning for the Astros.
Yeah, and I think this again, it's a play they're putting on just because Castillo's not fleet of foot. So they're doing everything they can to tighten up his lead out there so that when the bunt ultimately got down, they'd have a shot at him at third base. But that's the danger. Pickoff plays gone awry, free bases.
Corner men in, middlemen in a little bit.
Castillo would have been out in kickball.
This is true. If you could just hit a runner, it would be a little easier to get outs, but it would also be painful.
It would add a whole new dynamic to the sport, wouldn't it?
High bouncer. Long throw for Dominguez, and he gets Wood for the out, and the runners hold. Travis really busted it down the line, but Dominguez with a strong arm.
High bounding ball. Dominguez able to set his feet and make a good, accurate throw. So net, we got the same outcome here as if Wood had dropped down a sacrifice bunt.
Field still in now with 1 away, and the pitch to Valbuena, a swing and a miss.
Life on that 2-seam fastball from Norris. Good run up in the zone. Middle infielders kind of cheating, playing about halfway here. And again, that's a function of Castillo not being a real speedy guy. They feel like they have to come all the way in to still have a shot at him on a ground ball.
Scoreless tie, but the Cubs threatening, getting the help from 2 Astros errors. Kick and the 1-2, check swing, foul. Final from earlier today, the Rockies beat the Nationals 7-1, so Colorado's 5-game losing streak is history. Jay LeMahieu homered in that game.
Nolan Arenado as well, and for the Nationals, Ryan Zimmerman hit his 9th. It was LeMahieu's first, Arenado's 6th.
Michael Kadire has a 20-game hitting streak, longest active streak in the majors. Base hit. Castillo scores. Here comes Darwin Barney. No throw to the plate. That's a 2-run single, and the Cubs lead.
And again, the slider betrays Norris. Left one up to Castillo, and he leaves this one up to Valbuena, trying to bury one on his back foot, down and in. You see the bat flip by Valbuena. You see that, you know something good has happened for the hitter. Good this time is a 2 RBI single.
So that gets the Cubs on the board. Here's Castro. Knee-high fastball for a strike.
In the open about Bud Norris's home road splits. This year, he's got a 2.67 ERA at Minute Maid Park. 9 starts, 6 road starts, a 5.40 ERA. That's in keeping with what he has done throughout his career. 13-27 lifetime on the road with a 5.39 ERA.
He loves Minute Maid.
Two full runs better at home than on the road. It's typical for guys to be better in their own ballpark. That's a huge split. Quick toss there to first base on Valbuena. He's got one of the quicker right-handed pickoff moves in the game.
Valbuena takes off. That one lined into center on a hit and run, and Luis will hold at second. Dale forcing the action here.
Again a slider, and again a slider that stays up in the zone. Run out for another mound visit.
Time now for Xfinity Home from Comcast. Get peace of mind with Xfinity Home, the total home security and home control solution that keeps you more connected to what matters most. Cubs have been way better offensively at home than on the road, and a lot better against non-NL Central teams. Good combination, I guess. You know, the Astros have pitched extremely well here lately.
Teams finished the regular season here last year. It was somewhat historic in that both teams had lost 100 games. That hadn't happened very often.
Two balls and a strike. Norris really slowing things down.
Right now he's like a fighter that's taking a good one on the chin. He's a little wobbly right now. Not sure of himself. Missing with that slider. He just hung a changeup to Shearholtz.
Defense hasn't helped him here in this inning. Behind 3-1. They're loaded. Brocale, their pitching coach, out to the mound. So Bo Porter, the former Cub, was a two-sport star in college at Iowa, and as he was being recruited as a football player, actually he was a three-sport all-stater in high school in New Jersey: baseball, basketball, football. Hayden Fry recruited him. Coach told him he wanted Porter for one reason. He said, I want to beat Michigan, I want to go to the Rose Bowl. He said, you're going to stop Michigan's biggest offensive threat. So Porter eventually accepted the offer. When it came time to play the Wolverines, everybody had a game plan on their chair. Bo walks in, and all there is a picture of Desmond Howard. Soriano pops it up. Field fly rule. Carter makes a grab. So he goes up to his coaches. What's this all about? The coaches said, where he goes, you go. And Howard ended up making 3 catches for 21 yards in that game. Iowa won and went to the Rose Bowl. So it worked out.
Yeah. In the Astros clubhouse, he has a wheel of fortune, for lack of a better word, a wheel of words there, and he broke this out in spring training. Things like accountability and integrity.
There's nothing bad on there, right?
There's a World Series trophy. There's no free spin. I was looking for the free spin. I didn't see that.
What about designated for assignment? It's got to be one, right?
Yeah. There's one that says the synergistic team, and I'm thinking, how many players walk in and see that and go,
You see it's upside down on the right.
Yeah. Break point, sacrifice, leadership.
Rizzo hits it foul out of play. 2 strikes on him. Cubs with 2 in this inning. They'd love to really break it open with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss, so Norris is able to limit the damage. Wheel of Astros.
Did you buy a win? To Zip Cubs after 3. You can't beat summer in Chicago, especially at beautiful Wrigley Field. So gather your friends and family and make baseball part of your plans. Tickets are available for the 9-game homestand in Wrigley. That's July 5th through the 15th. Purchase your tickets. Visit Cubs.com.
Travis Wood now with a 2-0 lead. Chris Carter fouls. Luis Valbuena comes through. 2-run single. Cubs get an assist from the Astros defense in that inning. Committed 2 errors. Cue shot off the end of the bat. Quickly off the mound is Wood. He will apply the tag.
Wood, one of the more athletic pitchers in the league. We talked about his hitting when he was up there. He's a good defender as well. Very athletic, bouncing off that mound. Why throw it? And just apply the tag.
Cubs have made another minor league trade Left-hander Hisanori Takahashi dealt to the Rockies for a player to be named later or cash. Second straight day they've made a deal. Brent Lillibridge sent off to the Yankees yesterday. Martinez skies into center where Ryan Sweeney makes a catch. I want to send out happy 85th birthday wishes to Jim Downey from Michigan City, Indiana. Good to have the Bat Boys here today. Jacob Hazen from South Bend, Indiana, and Andrew Pignataro from Arlington Heights. Chatted with their families before the game. And thrilled to be here. A good seat there as Carlos Corcoran having sort of eye issues, so putting some drops in.
Performance enhancing eye drops.
This is true.
So we talked about Bud Norris, lack of run support for him. Clearly that's been the case for Travis Wood as well. He's lost his last 3 starts. Cubs have scored 3 runs total in those 3 ball games. He's had a quality start in each one of those. 7 innings, 3 earned, 7 innings, 2 earned, 6 innings, 1 earned over his last 3.
Going in on an 0-1. No, 0-2. Cubs today signed Scott Frazier, a right-hander, their 6th round pick out of Pepperdine. Also Kelvin Freeman, a first baseman, 17th rounder out of North Carolina A&T State University. So they have now officially signed 13 players from the draft. We have the signees, college kids especially, they're going to go to Boise, start their pro career. Pulled foul into the Cubs dugout.
It's probably a pretty good place to spend the summer, I would think.
Boise, Idaho, yeah, beautiful. Ready for the big game tonight. Marian Hossa looks a lot younger here at the ballpark, doesn't he? Diving stop, Castro. The throw! Out at first. What a play.
Had the right guy running, slow-footed Carlos Corcoran, but still a sterling play by Starlin Castro. Laying out, up to his feet, gets his man.
play of the game and at AT&T Park. Coincidentally enough, Colin Kaepernick, the outstanding quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. 87 miles an hour. He was actually drafted by the Cubs back in 2009 in the 43rd round. The Giants pitching staff saying, whoa, that's not fair. Find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible.
Yeah. He must have been doing a little warming up somewhere to be able to step up and crank up 87.
Underway in the Cub fourth. One strike on Ryan Sweeney. Sinker strike 0-2. Quickly out on strikes.
Cubs sent 8 men to the plate in the third inning, scored 2, left the bases loaded. Norris had to throw a lot of pitches to get through that third inning. He's off to a better start here in the fourth with that quick punch out of Sweeney. 54 pitches now. The Astros right-hander. Been a little sloppy with his slider so far today. Maybe the game plan is to attack a little bit more with the fastball.
Final from the Bronx. The Yanks over the Rays 7-5. Vernon Wells, big pinch hit 3-run double. That's a fair ball, and Castillo's on with a hit. He's 2 for 2.
Quickly ruled a base hit, a play that could have been made by Dominguez. He might argue that he should have made it, but it's certainly a tough play. I'll have a little funky spin or something on it.
Earlier this week, when we were in St. Louis, Dale Swaim talked about the Cardinals hitters, and their early aggressiveness was on display as they took 3 out of 4 from the Cubs. And Barney admitted yesterday that he noticed it too and said that it was instructive to watch. I think we did see a more aggressive approach yesterday for Barney, who had those 3 hits, including a home run.
Rizzo jumped on that first pitch for his home run. Saw it up and down the batting order yesterday. More aggressive approach.
Rolled slowly into right.
That was up from Castillo as well over in St. Louis. His 3-hit game. He had 3 hits and 4 at bats. He saw 8 pitches in the ball game. It's somewhat counterintuitive to what everybody's talking about in baseball these days about grinding out at bats and seeing a lot of pitches and making the pitcher work. But there comes a point where if your team is just taking fastballs that are pretty hittable, as a manager, as a hitting coach, you say, all right, we need to change things up here a little bit. Because if you start to attack that early fastball, then maybe you get some pitchers in a position where they're starting you with breaking ball, trying to pick the corners, and then maybe you get into more favorable counts.
High slider for a strike. Similar situation in the last inning for the Cubs, although there were no outs. Wood trying to get down a bunt, eventually bounced out. Swings and misses. 0-2.
Times you'll take that sacrifice off if you're anticipating fastball and you got a pitcher to swing the bat a little bit, you'll turn him loose, and then if he comes up empty, you'll put the sacrifice right back on. Like such a good hitter. Understandable that they let him swing. Big downside, of course, would be a double play to end the inning. Give Valbuena a chance to drive somebody in. He's been swinging the bat pretty well lately, Luis has, including a 2 RBI single in the third. So that's the priority, to make sure he gets a chance here.
Bunted foul. Will go down as a strikeout.
And all went awry for Travis when that high slider was called strike one.
Yep. Norris with the pitch. Valbuena sends it high, pretty deep, but playable for Maxwell right at the edge of the track to end the inning. 2 hits, no runs. Cubs lead 2-0 after 4. Stay tuned for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Captain Morgan. Raise your glass, always in moderation to life, love, and loot. Christian Madsen, one of the stars of the upcoming film Divergent, being filmed here in Chicago. He, along with Ben Lloyd Hughes and Amy C. Newbold, will conduct the 7th inning stretch a little bit later on. Christian's dad, Michael, in the booth last year to do the stretch. Justin Maxwell, recently off the disabled list, 1 for 1 in the game today. Ball 1. Led their team in homers last year with 18. Just over 300 at bats.
Yeah, it was one of the points of emphasis for the Astros this winter. I mean, they're still in a rebuild mode, but to try to become a little bit more competitive, they wanted to add power. To that end, they went out and got Chris Carter. And Dominguez, a guy that played with him a little bit last year, third baseman. And hit it out of the ballpark.
2-0 bounce to the hole. It's short. Out at first. Close play. Castro gets the call. Bo Porter, Dave Clark, Justin Maxwell. didn't agree with Chris Guccione.
Spin the wheel. He said, I spun my wheel. It said integrity, and I'm questioning yours on that call. Okay. You got Guccione to tell him you got him. Close. Real close. Mistro made the sparkling play to end the fourth, and now this one on Maxwell to start the fifth.
I mean, we've looked at it how many times, and we still don't have a definitive answer. Guccione spun the wheel. Came up out.
Flip a coin. I don't know.
Got to make a call. Can't say I don't know. That's not one of the choices.
I would love for an umpire to do that. Just start to rub his chin. Go, I'm going to need some time with this one, boys. Stay with me here. We'll get it right. Yeah, I'm going to go without.
He just did.
Yeah.
Right on cue.
See, umpires are taught. It's nothing until you call it. Won't be in a hurry.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Dominguez. It's been a rough day at the plate.
Well, the Cubs Kids Club, presented by ComEd, the official kids club of the Chicago Cubs, is back and better in 2013. Earn your pinstripes as a member of the Cubs Kids Club and receive a kid-specific perks, experiences, and merchandise. I put a noun marker in there that shouldn't have been there. Visit Cubs.com to sign up today and be a part of the fun all season long. You ever belong to any fan clubs or anything like that, Len?
I don't think I've officially belonged to any.
It's high time.
Do you have one?
No, I think
I would join it. Maybe I'll be the president of the JD fan club.
No, that's you and I. Join one. We'll find something. Join the Chris Guccione fan club. I'll tell you what, I'm going to join the fan club of those guys you were rocking with last night. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
CD. Bill Aiken on keyboards. Max Crawford, who works for the Cubs. Great trumpet player. Part of Boy Dog Pondering. It was great. Matt Spiegel, 670 the score. Vocals. Jimmy Chamberlain, from former drummer of Smashing Pumpkins. Scott Lucas from Local H. It was a who's who of rock and roll. The dirt came up and actually hit Phil Cuzzy, the home plate umpire. 2-2.
So Travis Wood has a whip right at 1 coming into play today. 1.00 walks plus hits per innings pitched. Let's check this changeup. Ooh, got him on both legs. Probably better than the alternative.
Hard hit grounder, picked up neatly by Valbuena, and he throws him out. They go down 1-2-3 for the second straight inning. 2-0 Cubs. Hey, Wrigleyville Rooftops has premier seating for up to 200 guests for corporate gatherings, family reunions, and bachelor or bachelorette parties. Individual and group tickets are available for all games. For more details, go to WrigleyvilleRooftops.com or call 773-248-ROOF. But there might have been a bachelorette party up there today. 2-0 Cubs. Castro, Sherholtz, Soriano. Pulled foul.
Again, swinging early, though. Swing has to be pleased with this new approach he's seen from a number of his guys. And he doesn't want them hacking at everything, but he wants them to be thinking hit first.
Blue Jays won again. Jose Bautista go-ahead homer in the 8th inning. Jays have won 10 in a row.
Above 500 now.
Start of the year is one of the biggest disappointments in baseball. Three and one. The Blue Jays' longest winning streak in franchise history is 11 games, 1987 and again in 98. So they'll be able to tie that if they win tomorrow.
They're at home with Baltimore. They've got Josh Johnson on the mound tomorrow.
Chin-Ming Wong has been really good. 2.61 ERA and 3 starts with the Jays. Castro strikes out. Here's Sherholtz. White Sox got a sac fly in the 9th from Alejandro De Aza and beat the Royals 3-2. Sherholtz with those 9 home runs, tying his single season career high. Change up just off the outside corner.
Pulled off it a little bit. That front shoulder flew open. Ball will tend to get good run, but won't stay on the plate.
Fastball that time, hammered to deep right. Sherholtz with number 10. New career high for Nate. And it's 3-0.
Three solo home runs for the Cubs in yesterday's ball game. One here today gives them a 3-0 lead and a no-doubter. Had to sneak a piece of cheese by Nate Sherholtz, and it was not going to happen. You talk about a player adding value as the season goes along. That guy's having a tremendous year.
More cushion for Travis Wood. 0-2 to Soriano.
Matt Garza took it into the 9th yesterday, so the bullpen is well rested.
Hooked foul.
Norris's strikeout rate down a fair bit this year. And a lot of that may be in the American League. He's not facing a lot of pitchers in the batter's box. Last year he struck out better than 22% of the men he faced. That's a little bit better than league average. This year 16%. Well below league average, which is right around 20. If anybody cares.
Of course we do. Joe Pausbach with a nice catch of a foul ball. Give it to a kid. You know why Joe gave it to a kid? Because he went to Marquette. And that's what Marquette
high
people
caliber
do.
people.
Yep. Good emergency hack there by Soriano. Side. So our friends from Stats just released an interesting list. The average game time of a 9-inning game at every current ballpark going back to 2009. Here to take a stab at the park that has had the longest games by average and the shortest.
Well, I would go with Coors Field for longest.
Close, but no.
Well, I probably have to go with an American League.
Soriano out by a step. Dominguez gets him.
I
will give you the game
mulligan
time
on that. Give me.
All right, the game time. The longest games on average are played in 3 hours 8 minutes at this particular park.
How about Fenway?
Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium, 3:05. Then Miller Park and Coors Field at 3 hours on the button. The shortest games, 2 hours 44 minutes, have been played.
Nationals Park?
No.
No.
I will say region-wise, the shortest games are all kind of in a similar area.
Well, I'm thinking Northeast, cold weather, fast games early in the year. No?
Nope.
My thinking's not good there?
I think you're overthinking it. Think of big park, low offense.
Well, that's why I said Nationals initially.
Safeco Field in Seattle, 244.
Sure.
AT&T Park in San Francisco, and HOU Coliseum in Oakland, 246.
So we're in for some quick games on our next road trip to Seattle and Oakland.
Wrigley Field right in the middle at 253.
Time of game, a big issue in Major League Baseball a couple of years ago. They don't talk about it quite as much now.
I think the ideal area like to be is right around that 245 area if possible. Nate Sherholtz with a home run. It's 3-0 Cubs. take a look at the Cubs Ford upcoming schedule. Back here tomorrow afternoon, off day Monday, and then a long road trip starting in Milwaukee. We're back with you on Wednesday evening at WGN, 7 o'clock Central Time. From Brewtown, Ford, go further in any one of Ford's many fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or localfordstores.com. Norris, ball one. Sixth inning, 3-0 Cubs.
Now in the American League, these guys don't get to hit much. When in the National League, Norris could handle the bat a little bit. So there's rare opportunities now in National League parks. They're trying to take full advantage. Big swing, lazy fly ball.
Handled by Sweeney.
So anyway, last inning I got talking about Travis Wood and his whip. Walks plus hits per innings pitched at 1, which is outstanding. It's the 6th best in the National League. And I pointed out only because, you know, with all these other peripheral numbers, batting average against ERA should be far better than 5 and 6. The 5 guys immediately above him on that list in whip are combined 38 and 15. Matt Harvey, Jordan Zimmerman, Cliff Lee, Shelby Miller, and Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw, too, is just 5 and 5. Build a pretty good case for Travis Wood being an all-star. Matter of fact, it'd be more difficult to build a case against him being an all-star.
I would agree. There's the 0-1 to Barnes. Hit deep to right. Scherholtz back on it. Reaches up, makes a grab. 2 away.
Pretty good bolt off the bat of Barnes, but Scherholtz, a splendid outfielder, able to track that one down. Maybe a step in initially, but a quick adjustment. Shades on. Out recorded.
How about that shot? The ivy in the background. A special place.
Hey, I just came up with a great promotional idea.
Okay.
I don't know if it's ever been done here. I might have to sit on it because Altuve swings early at this time. So you bring a bunch of kids here to the ballpark. You take a bunch of baseballs autographed by Cubs players and you hide them out there in the ivy.
Right.
And then you turn the kids loose and you give them 20 minutes.
Like a summer Easter egg hunt. Problem is that we'll have shredded those vines.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
Minutes.
The reason I think of it is because I spent half of my golfing career looking for balls in the high grass and trees. I think I'd be pretty good at it.
By the end of the summer, there are baseballs in those vines that just sit there for weeks.
To be a little more patient this time, working the count full. Doesn't walk a lot, doesn't strike out a lot either.
Muscles that one over Barney and into right for a 2-out single. He's 2 for 3.
This makes a lot of contact. Short stroke, sees the ball well.
Check on Altuve. Altuve has 7 stolen bases in his last 9 games. Now being down 3 with a home run hitter at the plate, 2 outs here will probably keep him from running.
Yeah, especially with the lefty on the mound. Tough to read Wood's move, and he's fairly quick to home plate.
Line shot, base hit to left. Making contact has been a problem for Chris Carter, but when he does make contact, it makes a loud noise.
Yeah, he's really, really strong. Like a changeup. Stayed up over the middle of the plate. Didn't have that good action that we've seen from Wood. So the real first critical situation in this game.
High in the air off the bat of J.D. Martinez, and gone onto Waveland. That has tied the game. All this happening with 2 outs. Singles by Altuve and Carter, and then the big blow.
It was the first time in the game that the Astros had 2 men on base at the same time. And the timing could not be more perfect for J.D. Martinez as he delivers the game-tying home run. Towering blast. His 7th. Also the 7th allowed by Travis Wood this year. That has not been a problem for him. He was able to get the hands in. Remember, we talked earlier about the cut fastball and the challenge to pull the hands in and be able to get the barrel to the ball. Martinez struck out on a pitch very similar to that his first time up. This time he was quick enough and he delivered.
Martinez got all of it. And we're back to even. Corcoran fouls back. Home runs have been a big story so far in this series. 4 of them yesterday, all solos. 2 of them today. Scherholtz and now Martinez. We'll send out happy birthday wishes to Betty Plouffe. My daughter Tracy says she can't tell us her age, but she's a big Cubs fan. That's all we need to know. And another big birthday to celebrate. Actually, a couple of them tomorrow.
What you got?
My mom's birthday is tomorrow, Sharon Casper, and your birthday.
I was going to say Sharon's
is tomorrow.
Got good karma. Expect a good day.
Wood with a 2-1 swing and a miss. 2-2.
Altuve got it started, fought off a pretty tough pitch. Then Carter hit what appeared to be a mistake changeup. Martinez, again, that cut fastball. Wasn't a hanger. Did a good job getting the barrel there.
Close, didn't get it. 3-2. Corcoran likes to fidget and walk around between
For a
pitches.
long way.
Man.
Reminded Tony Pena used to do that. There were times where you thought maybe he forgot that he was still hitting. How far away he walks from home plate.
Step out. The pitch. The inning's still alive. 4 have reached after 2 are out.
Forearm, I guess.
Let's see.
got a fair bit of pain right now.
Check on it.
Well, they'll check on him. Chris Bosio will go to the mound and check on Travis Wood.
Did you know it's our executive producer's birthday tomorrow, Bob Vorwald?
That does ring
I
a bell
think
now.
it's everybody's
Yep.
birthday tomorrow. It's June 23rd, big day.
You know, and many people might think that that's our graphics department putting that hat on me. I'm sure I've had a hat on like that many times.
You look so happy, too.
My goodness.
One and nothing on Maxwell.
This guy has light tower power. Swings and misses a bunch. He hit some massive home runs. This year, just one. He's been hurt most of the season.
Talked about yesterday, Maxwell picked Maryland over Harvard at a GPA of 4.0 in high school. You know what that means? Maxwell's smart.
Ooh. Moment of silence.
Another ball hit hard and caught by Soriano to end the inning. A 3-run homer by J.D. Martinez has tied it up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to.
One more shopping day.
Time for our Honda game summary. J.D. Martinez has just tied the game with a 3-run homer. Nate Scherholtz earlier with his 10th home run of the year, new career high for him. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves.
Brand new ball game, new life for Bud Norris. Because of that man right there, J.D. Martinez, who led the Astros with 55 RBIs last year. Year in which he actually was sent down to AAA for a while. Astros back in it. Bo Porter has got action in the bullpen. In case the Cubs get a little something going here.
Outside on Ryan Sweeney.
Victor Ambrose, the right-hander. Wesley Wright, the southpaw.
You know, there have been occasions where pockets of fans have been booing loudly, and we've been looking around trying to figure out what's the commotion about. Somebody being belligerent. There are apparently a few fans with Bruins sweaters on. That has not gone over well here at Wrigley today, which you can understand. Two and one to Sweeney. Pitch off the outside corner, and Sweeney held. How about Norris? 3 starts against the Angels this year. He's won all 3 and has given up 1 earned run in 21 innings.
The Astros have owned the Angels.
They have. It's 7-3. Ball 4 to start the frame.
Swing for the fences with the new Home Run Derby mobile game from MLB.com, available on iPhone and iPad. Download for free today.
Why the Mets font? Because the Derby will be where the All-Star game is. That's Citi Field, Queens, New York.
Good thing they moved the fences in, eh?
Yeah, that Home Run Derby is going to be a little tougher.
Be embarrassing to have all these All-Stars pumping deep drives and they're all staying in the ballpark.
Hey, you know what? That's what I got you for your birthday. The Home Run Derby app.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
The least we could do, literally. Castillo pops into right. And it'll be caught by Maxwell. Now, I don't know if your girls were this way when they were younger, but my son, you know, on the holidays, around my birthday. And it's great because it's the thought that counts. But a lot of the gifts end up being stuff that he wants. Hey, Dad, I got you this video game. You're going to love it.
Let's sit down and play it together. I like the one, too, where the kids, they'll go pull something like out of your closet and wrap it up and go, look, I got you a shirt.
Although I have to fess up, I did buy my son an air hockey table when he was about 4.
Yeah, that works both ways. That works both ways.
I liked playing it, and he didn't. So we got rid of it. Toss to first. Three tie in the 6th.
When down, that slider's been awfully tough for Norris today. He's made some mistakes with it up in the zone. Kind of what got him done in the 3rd inning. There's the Bruins fan. That's the guy that's causing all the commotion. Great day to be in Chicago. Full house here at Wrigley. Teams with a pretty good history now going separate ways with the Astros joining the American League. These teams very competitive back in 2003, 2004. Remember the dust up with Roy Oswalt, Michael Barrett here.
One on Barney. And the then Colt 45s began play in 1962. Their first opponent was the Cubs. And when they wrapped up play in the National League last year, it was against the Cubs as well. Boy, Ronnie used to tell us, and talking to Ernie Banks about Colt Stadium. Hot and humid it was playing games there back in the early 60s.
Yeah, stories of the guys that played there, mosquitoes as big as birds.
Yep.
I carried Ernie off the field there one day.
You might be right. Kick the 1-2. 2-2. A story earlier this week. They're trying to still figure out what to do with the Astrodome.
There's a proposal now, I guess, to turn it into a convention center, exhibit center, and $190 some odd million project.
Sweeney runs on the 2-2. This one lined, and it's going to end up being a double play. Sweeney already passed second. Maxwell will toss to Carter, and the inning is over. Not much Sweeney could do about it. He was running with the pitch. 3-3. Weiser fan can.
Come on, Illinois. There's a fire in the city. We're making noise. You're burning bright and pretty. It's a long way just to make it to the borderline.
That band is called Houndmouth from Louisville, Kentucky. The song Come On, Illinois. It'll be at Lollapalooza later on this summer. Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Seventh inning, it's Matt Dominguez leading off for the Astros. A 3-3 tie. Hitters count. Pitch missed. Boy, Travis Wood was just cruising along. He got some help from his defense, but through 5 innings, not much action offensively for the Astros, but things changed in the 6th.
5 2/3, 2 outs, nobody on.
It was a warning track shot for that second out. You know, he walks the leadoff hitter here in the 7th. Hit a batter after the homer.
Chris Bosio concerned with his young left-hander. Russell and Camp are throwing in the Cubs bullpen.
It's going to be, it appears, yep. Dale's going to make the call for, I believe, the right-hander Sean Camp. Veteran recently off the disabled list. So we will have a pitching change here in the 7th in a 3-3 tie. Activated from the disabled list. He was on there due to a right big toe sprain. This is his second appearance since. So 3 days ago in St. Louis, a scoreless inning. Runner at first, nobody out. Ronnie Cedeno at the plate.
Up and knocked to Matt Holliday, then got a double play ball. Would love to do the same here. Cedeno's going to bunt, or he's going to try to bunt. Krause is on deck. He's a left-handed hitter. Likely a one-batter outing here for Camp with Russell ready in the pen.
Krause would hit for Norris. Krause made his big league debut yesterday off the bench.
Long look down by Cedeno, third base coach Dave Trombley.
Camp will lob over to Barney for the out.
Krause has not yet been announced. It appears that Dale Swaim is going to keep Sean Camp in this game. Tie game, you got to be a little bit more careful how you manage your resources in case you get into a long extra inning affair. You don't want to burn through that bullpen. Right-handed hitting Brandon Barnes is on deck. 1AB, that's the entirety of Mark Krause's major league career. That happened here yesterday.
Was that one foul? Selected from AAA Oklahoma City before the ball game yesterday. Astros got him from Arizona late July last year in the Chris Johnson deal. Former second-round pick of the Diamondbacks, 2009. Astros have not led in this series. They're threatening here, however. Throw behind the runner into center. It's a second one. Well, throw to third's going to be late. Gets away, backed up by Camp. That's the second catcher to misfire to second on a pickoff attempt. Corcoran earlier in the ball game, that was in the third, and now Castillo took a chance, and that base is important here with only one out.
And vitally important. This will force the Cubs to pull the infield in. So Castillo gets that ball out away from him, almost like a pitch out. Castro kind of trying to come in behind the base runner. Really not a whole lot he could do to fight his way back to try to knock that ball down. That was his goal, but he was going down on his backside himself.
Infield in. Here's a pitch. It is a strike called. It's 1-2.
See the advantage gained here. Runner on second, one out. 27% of the time the Astros cash in. But look now with man on third and one out how significant that play is. Whatever your chase pitch is, this is what you got to throw. Get him to expand his zone.
Spot here for a guy who just came up yesterday. Mark Krause.
Take advantage of his anxiety as a young hitter with the go-ahead man on third base. Walk him, it's not the end of the world. You set up a double play.
Chop to first. That's going to keep the runner at third. 2 down. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Brandon Barnes, the batter. Travis Wood out of the game. They're walking Dominguez to start the inning. Dominguez now at third. There are 2 outs.
Interesting that the Astros did not have Dominguez going on contact there. It was a read situation for him.
Foul. Still 0-2. Altuve on deck.
3 runs charged to Travis Wood so far today. Dominguez down there at third base belongs to Travis as well. Cannot win this game. He could be in position to lose, obviously, should Dominguez score. Camp's got the jump on the hitter. No balls and 2 strikes.
Inside, fastball at 86. The wind has shifted a little bit now. It's not blowing hard, but it is blowing straight out. We had a crosswind from right to left when we started the ball game. Sliders away. 2-2.
Camp's approach is similar to Woods in that he goes east and west. 2 seamers in on the right-handed hitters, then sliders away. Don't throw that cutter the way Wood does, but it's movement in, movement away. especially to the right-handed hitters. With lefties, he'll throw some change-ups. For the most part, it's just running one way or the other, in or off the plate. Starts that slider on the plate, runs it off the outside corner. And he'll throw that two-seamer to the right-handed hitter and try to jam him.
Stays alive as Castillo couldn't catch it cleanly. Still 2-2.
And this slider backs up on Sean. Moves in on Barnes. Gets a piece of Cuzzy. Hard time finishing him off here.
A 7-pitch at bat. Go ahead run at third, 2 outs, 3-3 is the score. The pitch, another foul. Barnes has done that several times in this AB.
And that's why Sean takes the shot inside with the two-seam fastball. When a guy can reach the slider off the plate, even if he's just barely getting a piece of it, he's kind of thinking away. He's so aware of that slider away. The fastball he threw him in was just to push him off the plate. Show me fastball. I wonder if he's contemplating now being willing to get more of the plate with an inside fastball to try to induce a little weak contact. With a good, tough, lengthy at bat here. You get the nature of what Camp's trying to do in and out. Doesn't really bury his slider down in the dirt very often. And he's trying to get a guy to chase. It's just that sweeping slider well off the outside corner. Now they're going in.
It's got some real estate he could give up on the bases, but you've got a very tough out on deck. Altuve. Hope to get Barnes right here. 3-2. Bounced foul. Little pop-up, Barney out, backpedaling, he's got it to end the inning. Stretch time from Wrigley.
Cast conductors for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Cast members of Divergent, Christian Mattson, Ben Lloyd Hughes, and Amy Newbold.
All right, Cubs fans, let me hear you.
A 1,
A 2,
A 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts at I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes.
let's get some runs!
Let's go Cubbies!
top of this inning. Jose Cisnero takes over.
Jose's been really good for the Astros. 1-0, 235 in 14 ball games. This game will be decided by the bullpens.
Julio Bourbon hits for Camp, and he bunts foul. Chopper up the middle, handled by Cedeno for the out. Treat your guests to an awesome view of Wrigley Field from the Budweiser Bleacher Suite, which features a sports bar atmosphere with new TVs, high top tables, and windows that open to give you the atmosphere of the bleachers in your own private room. The suite holds up to 100 guests, includes food, drinks, and parking. For more info, visit Cubs.com/suites or call 773-404-4200. Strike on Valbuena. Go ahead 2-run single back in the third for Luis. A pitch. It's a strike and it's 0-2. Cisnero signed with the Astros out of the Dominican Republic in 2007. In their organization for a while.
A lot of starting earlier in his career.
6'3", 228. This is his first season in the majors.
Matter of fact, except for 4 appearances in 08, pitching in the Dominican Summer League, he's been all in the rotation for Cisnero before this season.
You often hear about a short arm delivery. Cisnero has what I would call a long arm delivery. Another bouncer, middle of the infield, and Altuve. Just enough arm to get him. An awkward throw off balance for the second out.
This long fluid arm action that Cisnero has. Fastball at 93 miles an hour. Then a starting pitcher. He's got a 4-pitch mix, curve, slider, and change to go with that good fastball. Two quick outs. Cubs looking for a little 2-out ambush.
Here it is. High fly center. Barnes still back on it, and he makes the catch, tumbling into the vines. We mentioned the wind shift. He hit it really high, got it up into that jet stream, and almost got it out of here.
Barnes thought he had it measured, and he had to make a late adjustment.
And JD and our WGN Sports crew. Right-hander Blake Parker now works.
He's been working very effectively so far through 7 appearances at the big league level. No wins, no losses, a 1.04 ERA. Good heater. And a very effective split finger pitch, which is a new toy for him. Great strikeout numbers down at AAA.
Breaking ball misses low and outside on Altuve. 2 hits, including a double and a run in the 6th.
I guess you would say it goes without saying that you have to keep the ball down to Altuve, but you know, I don't know how many Altuve jokes, short jokes I can break out in one weekend, but he's a good high ball hitter. He's really good belt high and above.
Tie, 2 balls and a strike. Paid attendance today 38,870 here at Wrigley. Boy, if Richie Sexson were still playing, that would be right down the middle. Outside. And it's 3-1. Need to walk that leadoff man. Cubs did that in the 7th. Sean Camp was able to work around it. All 4. Well, now that stolen base threat that we alluded to in the 6th, which was not a factor at that time, is definitely a factor now.
Yeah, right now at this stage of the ball game, you're thinking about 1 run. Early in the game, you're thinking about crooked numbers. And when you're down 3, you're going to be very cautious on the bases. Altuve 16 out of 20 in steals this year. Last year got 33 bags, was caught 11 times. 34% of the chances, or 34, excuse me, percent of the time. Runner at second, nobody out, and then put him on second base with nobody out, and the chances become 50%.
Pretty good lead right now. Carter the batter, Altuve not running, and a breaking ball is called, strike 1. Altuve runs. And he's going to get there without a throw from Castillo. Went on another breaking ball.
Cubs able to work around that man on third, 1-out situation in the 7th. Now, man on second, nobody out. Carter's not going to be looking to push him along. He's looking to drive him in.
A roller to Valbuena. Quick look at Altuve. Throw to first. Got him. So 1 out now. Martinez, the reason we are tied. J.D. Martinez hit a 3-run homer onto Waveland off Travis Wood in the 6th. Mets back in their game at Philadelphia. It was 7-1 Phillies. Now it's 7-5. Ryan Howard has hit 2 homers for the Phillies. Michael Young with his 4th. Mets just put up a 4 spot. And still batting in the top of the 7th. The pitch. Ground ball to Castro. He gets it to Rizzo. Altuve now at third, but there are 2 outs. The catcher Corcoran will turn around and bat left-handed. He hit right-handed the first 3 times up against the lefty Wood, 0 for 2, and was hit by a pitch. And before he bats, Chris Bosio will make a mound visit.
Yeah, this little scouting report visit. They're going to over Carlos Corcoran as a left-handed hitter. Like Parker and Wellington Castillo, some kind of sense of how they should go after this guy. Krause has been used off the bench today by the Astros. We also have Jason Castro, their everyday catcher. He's a left-handed bat. Carlos Pena also from the left side, and then switch hitting infielder Marwin Gonzalez. Good numbers from both sides of the plate this year for Corcoran. 4 of his 5 home runs from this side of the plate.
His hands high over the plate. Extended from his body. Pulls him back in as he gets ready to hit. Now takes a long stroll.
They have to put up some fencing up to keep him in the general area of home plate.
Walker with a bender that misses low. 2-0. Now he walks out of the dirt circle.
Usually he likes to keep moving. He walks out and then walks back, usually taking a little extra time. Now I'm wondering if there's something superstitious with him that he's got to get into the grass. That's the sense I get, because he does it after every pitch. You don't want to give in here. You're going to throw the splitter, you got to make sure you block it. Backdoor get over slider. Get back into the count.
Altuve the runner at third, 2 outs. Parker with a 2-1. 2-2. There's the split.
Carlos, you're not out. You got one more. Boy, okay, come on back. Come on back.
Almost halfway to the dugout.
Surprisingly, he asked for time.
This is a Mike Hargrovian at bat.
The human rain delay.
Splitter low. Cubs led 3-0 at one point before the Astros tied it on the homer by Martinez in the 6th.
Be able to tie him up with a good fastball in here. He's shown him enough off-speed stuff to slow that bat down some.
Swing and a miss. So Parker works around the leadoff walk. Still 3-3. It was a long at bat by Carlos Corporan. Ended with a strikeout, and we're still tied 3-3. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 8th. Tomorrow it'll be Jeff Samardzija against young right-hander Jordan Lyles.
Should be a good matchup tomorrow. Samardzija and Lyles, who really come into his own now. Kevin Gregg getting ready in the Cubs pen. One run, then get 3 outs. It'll be a winning formula. Schultz has already provided one today. A bold fastball.
He's going to push that one back toward the field of play, but lands in the second row. Cisnero with the pitch, too high on 92. Bottom 9 down San Francisco. Marlins and Giants tied at 1. Milwaukee leading late 2-0 over the Braves in Milwaukee, top of the 8th. Last night the Brewers shut out Atlanta 2-0. Braves shut out for the 10th time this season and have not scored today either. Back to the pitcher. Cisnero caught it. I don't think his head was even turned toward the plate when the ball landed in his glove.
That's exactly what happened. This ball finds his glove. turning out of the way and leaving the glove out there just in case. And a soft little line drive settled in there for out number 1.
Cue the blind squirrel and the acorn, right?
Yeah, sure he goes and buys a lottery ticket today.
Wow. 1-1. Soriano lines to left. And he'll jog to second. That's a 1-out double. Go ahead run in scoring position.
Astros were playing deep in the outfield. They're guarding the third base line, trying to prevent the extra base hit, but Soriano whacks this one all the way to the wall and left. Becomes a 1-out double and a great opportunity for Rizzo. Idea how much confidence Bo Porter has in Cisnero. Nobody up in the Astros bullpen. He's got 3 left-handed relievers in his pen, but nobody up. Rizzo comes to bat here in a potential game-winning situation.
Here's a pitch. Fastball away. Ball 1. Walk Rizzo and pitch to Sweeney with 2 on.
Somebody gets to be a hero today. 3-3 game in the 8th. Why not Ryan Sweeney? Just narrow. Batting average against him, left, right, pretty much identical. 261, 260.
Flag still pointing straight in the opposite direction. In center field. One up in the air right now. You will be rewarded. 1-1. Two and 1. Castillo on deck. Cisnero used to going multiple innings. Out
Wow.
at second. Here comes Dale. Call made by David Rackley. That is a huge play.
It looked like he was back in time. To my eye, in real time. We'll get a look at it. Rackley kind of made the call without a whole lot of conviction, too. Kickoffs at second base have been part of the story here today. A couple gone awry this time. Soriano called out closer than I originally thought, but I still think he was in there.
I do too. There was a lot of dirt flying, but it looked like his hand was on the bag. And now Rizzo at first with 2 outs and a 2-1 pitch to Sweeney. Now 3-1. Aggressive swing by Sweeney. 3-2.
See teams take shots back there at second base. A lot over the course of the season. Almost never do you see anybody picked off. And Soriano would argue he wasn't picked off. He thought he was in there.
Rizzo goes on the 3-2. Lined into center. It's going to get down for a hit. Little bobble there, and Rizzo deciding to go back to second. Bad throw by Barnes. And a slip by Corcoran. Okay. Got a lot going on this play. It looked like Barnes was going to try to throw to third. Rizzo deciding he wasn't going to make it. Put on the brakes, but the ball got away from Barnes, and then he overthrew second.
Yeah, well, they're playing very deep. They got into no doubles mode with Soriano out, now man on first. They didn't want to give up that double that would score the go-ahead run. So Barnes was very, very deep, had to go a long way to get to that ball. And I think Rizzo did the prudent thing. It looks bad when the mishandle happens in the outfield, but there's 2 outs in the inning. The advantage not that great to get to third base there. So I think if you have any doubt at all with 2 outs, you're already in scoring position. You've got to slam on the brakes.
The quirky thing about baseball, you can overthrow defenders 3, 4, 5 times on a play like that, but if it doesn't allow the base runners to advance, there are no errors.
No errors.
No error on Barnes. For the drop and then the throw. Rizzo at second, Sweeney at first. A step off by Cisnero. In his first 14 appearances, Cisnero has gone more than an inning 12 times. Doing it again today. Par for the course.
Inclinations to think, well, gee, if Soriano hadn't been picked off, he would have scored on that base hit to center field. But remember, Barnes would not have been playing as deep if Soriano were still on second base and that Sweeney at bat. Same thing here. No longer playing no doubles now that a base hit gives the Cubs the lead back to their normal depth.
Cubs going with the extra bullpen arms, so the bench right now just 4 deep. We've seen Bourbon. The Cubs began the year with basically 3 catchers. Steve Clevenger went to the disabled list, his rehab stint running out. More on that here after the 3-0. Ball 4. But the Cubs beat reporters tweeting that Clevenger had some tightness in his left side. So
oh no,
the rehab will continue. That was the injury that put him on the shelf in the first place. Sprained left oblique.
I really find it interesting that the Astros have not had anybody up at all in this inning. It's like that's about to change.
Two hits, 2 walks in the inning, and to this point, no runs.
Since nobody was up throwing, they're trying to buy a little time. Looks like Hector Ambrose, the right-hander, is going to get back up. He had been up earlier in the ball game.
Barney with the big day yesterday. That's with the bases loaded here, 2 outs in the 8th. Scott Hairston has walked into the on-deck circle for Parker. Missed again, 2-0.
They're out of timeouts.
To this meeting, we may see Justin Maxwell from right come in to have a talk with a pitcher.
Yeah.
Okay, ready to resume. The 2-0 pitch. A strike. 2-1.
This ball just hangs on to that inside corner.
Low, 3-1.
Even that strike he got was, on the edge, and he wasn't trying to go to the inside corner. Really doesn't have command of his fastball at all here. 35 pitches for Cisnero, 18 balls, 17 strikes.
Barney in the driver's seat here. Fans standing. Called strike 2.
Oh my! Wow, I was tossing my bat away too, Darwin. What about that theory that when a guy's not throwing strikes, he doesn't get strikes called for him?
No. A lot of fans just saw the replay we showed you. The pitch tracks, so it's 3-2. Left his hand, it was in the strike zone, but that had some tail on it. Runners will go. The 3-2. Popped him up foul, out of play.
Ball riding up and in on Barney. Does a nice job of getting a piece. Tough situation for the hitter here after that 3-1 pitch was called. You don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands on a borderline pitch.
Second payoff delivery. This will get Cisnero out of the inning. Barnes underneath. Cubs were so close to grabbing the lead. Barney not happy. It's 3-3 as we go to the ninth. Bottom of the eighth, really hard to tell. There's dirt flying as Soriano's hand gets very near the bag. And Cedeno then applies the tag. So it was close. I thought he got his hand in. David Rackley didn't.
Yeah, I thought he got back in there. It was close. That one against the Cubs, the 3-1 pitch to Barney. Another tough break. But it's the nature of it. Baseball, like life, sometimes isn't fair.
Swing and a foul tip strike by Justin Maxwell. Here's Kevin Gregg. His 11th save and as many chances on Friday.
Bad hacks by Maxwell. Good slider by Gregg. Situation here where after that swing at the slider down and away, you might be thinking, well, I'm going to try to jam him with the fastball. And that's kind of pitching 101. Nothing wrong with that thinking. The dangerous part, though, is if you have a slugger in there with legitimate power, if you make a mistake trying to come in, you might knock one on the street.
That was a mistake. That pitch was up. Might have been a split. And Maxwell trying for two, and he's going to get in standing.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a hanging split finger pitch by Kevin Gregg. Now he's going to have to pitch around this leadoff double. He's worked out of some tough jams in the 7th and 8th, and right back in the soup here in the 9th.
Not where Kevin wanted it. Quality strikes, but not that location with a 1-2 count.
Just didn't finish it.
Lights are coming on here late in the afternoon and with some cloud cover over Wrigley. Cornermen in, expecting Dominguez to bunt. Not so sure he's going to. He leads our team in RBIs.
He's kind of hiding them down there in the 7 hole in the batting order. 10 home runs, 41 driven in. Had a lot of clean innings, but with runners on, he's been extra tough. Other than just a 121 batting average.
Now Dominguez shows bunt. 1-1.
Jose Veras is the closer for the Astros.
Outside, and El Presidente, Dennis Martinez, the new Astros bullpen coach. He was pretty good.
245 wins, I believe, something like that. Really good.
4-time All-Star. After he turned 35, he had 7 15-win campaigns. Perfect game back in '91. Bunted toward third. Valbuena feeds Rizzo. A couple of shots for the Astros now to get their first lead, with Maxwell 90 feet away.
They'll have to use Dominguez, their RBI leader, as a sacrificial lamb there. He does a nice job getting the bunt down to the third base side and move Maxwell along. Put the burden on Ronnie Cedeno first, and it looks like Jason Castro will come out to pinch hit.
Those infielders at the edge of the apron. Cedeno fouls. 0-1 on the former Cub. He's been now with the Cubs, the Mariners, the Pirates, the Mets, and the Astros. Released by St. Louis in spring training, and the Astros then signed him. The pitch. A bunt. And they're going to get the lead. That was not a suicide squeeze. In fact, Cedeno may have done it on his own. Maxwell waited to make sure that the ball got down, and they lead 4-3.
Yeah, he squares early and just pushes this ball out towards the first base line. You see Maxwell's coming down the line, but not full bore until he sees the ball down.
2 sack bunts in the inning after the leadoff double.
If it was a suicide squeeze, Maxwell got a late break. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Astros have the lead.
The Astros starting pitchers, Lucas Harrell, will bat for Cisnero, who can now get the win. One and two. Harrell 1 for 3 with 2 walks this season. 154 in his career, no extra base hits. Inside corner, and that'll end the inning. Astros get the lead, however, their first of the weekend. It's 4-3 in the ninth. Brought to you by Mazda. J.D. Martinez with a 3-run homer off Travis Wood. That was in the 6th inning. It tied the game. Drive to Victory brought to you by your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Mazda dealers.
An uprising that came out of nowhere in that 6th inning for the Astros. 2 outs, and then Altuve with a single to right. Carter got a base hit to left. Martinez took care of the rest. Now Jose Veras 0-4, 3.94 the ERA. He's got 14 saves and 17 tries. Strikes out better than a man per inning. Been around for a number of years now, but he's never really been a full-time closer. Always, for the most part, working the setup role. The Pirates used him as a closer in 11. 27 saves that year. Check that. Those were holds.
Former Cub Ronnie Cedeno with the game or go-ahead RBI bunt. Scott Hairston pinch hitting. Strike 1.
Had chances in the 7th and 8th, couldn't cash in, but they did. That leadoff double by Maxwell in the 9th.
You
well
mentioned
executed bunts.
You mentioned the hold stat. Do you like that stat?
Nah,
I don't know if I really think it has any value. I would have to be convinced of it.
I'm not a big fan of the save, to tell you the truth.
Well, if a hold, you come in with the lead in a save situation and you leave with the lead.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to be effective. You just have to not give it all up. 0-2 on Hairston. He's having a few words with Phil Cuzzy. The Cubs are too enamored with the strike zone here the last inning or so. Scott normally pretty mild-mannered. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 1 away.
Hairston let it all hang out, but came up empty on that elevated fastball at 94 from Veras.
Well, he is a max effort guy. Jose Veras. Ground ball to first. Carter tells the pitcher, I'll take it. So the last chance now, it's Starlin Castro. 1 out of 4. If this game goes to the 10th, the Cubs tie it up. It would be Carlos Marmol who's loosening in the bullpen. High for a ball.
Castro with a deep drive last time up in the 7th. It came with 2 outs, drove Brandon Barnes all the way back to the wall in center field. Wind is blowing out. He has not gone deep in a while.
April 30th off Edinson Volquez of the Padres. Fly to center, playable. Barnes underneath, and the Astros complete the comeback, trailing 3-0 in the 6th. They get the homer from Martinez. They get the go-ahead run on a sac bunt in the 9th. And the bullpen shuts down the Cubs bats.
A game that looked like the Cubs were completely in control with Travis Wood pitching shutout baseball. He was really sharp for most of this game, had just 1 bad inning. And a couple of questionable calls going against the Cubs. In the last half of the 8th, the Astros pull 1 out.
Still a chance to win the series, but the Astros pull out game 2, setting up the rubber match